Amazingly, just 2 translated words in modern Bibles work wonders to hurt people psychologically and spiritually. Everlasting hell. But are those 2 words really in the Bible, or were they mistranslated into the Bible? This video shows with literal scripture that hell is real, but hell is not everlasting. Many Catholics and Protestants are especially surprised to hear this, but so it is. The literal description of hell comes from the ancient Bible texts in the original languages, Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek. Now, before discussing the key scriptures in support, let's just make a quick side note about the literal text. The Old Testament was written in Hebrew, and scholars agree the gospel was first spoken in Aramaic, the language of Israel that the Messiah spoke. Later, the gospel was written and spread into the world through both Aramaic and Greek. But regardless of which language or manuscripts you may prefer, in all 3 languages the conclusion is the same, because not one single phrase in any of the literal texts or manuscripts describes punishment literally as everlasting, nor does any phrase literally translate eternal or forever in regards to punishment. Rather, the Bible text says literally that hell is for an age and a world. Both are finite and limited terms throughout the entire Bible. They are limited in both space and time. The time period of the longest punishment is described in terms of an age, ayalma in Aramaic, olam in Hebrew, or aeon in Greek, which means eon. Now, with that said, the literal text does explain that the Creator in heaven lives beyond these ages and worlds, because when the literal Bible describes the Creator's future, or the Messiah's future, it uses special words, like the Hebrew and Aramaic word amin, which means continuing or perpetual. But you will never find the word amin after anyone's punishment is described, not even Satan's punishment. That is because punishment is not perpetual in the literal text of the Bible. Punishment is always and exclusively described with finite terms, days, years, a world, an age. Revelation contains the longest of any punishment described in the entire Bible, multiple ages, but still finite, because again, an age or eon is by its very definition a limited period of time. There is no amin, or perpetual, listed after Satan's punishment, or those who take the mark of the beast. And this is the beauty. Once the literal text frees a person from their fear of everlasting hell, they can love again. Christianity was born as a fellowship of people committed to both love and justice. Indeed, a great many Christians still understand today the literal text that says the Creator is loving, just, and fair. But sadly, too many otherwise faithful people have been ensnared by translations and commentaries that try to claim our Creator is some kind of sadistic infinite torturer. Fortunately, the literal Bible is astonishingly consistent, and anyone with ears to hear or a decent education can read for themselves. They don't mind putting in the effort, or at least just hearing truth for what it is. Torment outside this world is described exclusively with finite terms of a limited duration. The literal Bible expressly states that hell is not everlasting. Only the saved and the righteous live indefinitely, literally from world age to world age. They live for as long as they remain righteous and saved by the Creator. By contrast, the wicked are utterly destroyed. The wicked do not live forever, nor do they live eternally or infinitely or anything like that. But the wicked are punished. Those who are not destroyed in this world are punished in another world or age. But that other world or age is also described with finite terminology in the literal Bible text. An age or a world is by definition finite in space and time. He made all things beautiful in their time, and indeed gave the age to their heart, yet so that man might not find what God has made from the beginning, even until the end. If the gospel was going to suggest infinity, everlasting time, in regards to punishment, then it would literally say, Zabna lekith chalfa, time without end. Or if the text was going to say eternal, it would read La ayadna, no time, or something, anything along those lines. But those words do not appear in the literal gospel. Instead, it speaks of worlds and ages that are time dependent. Accordingly, people who preach infinite punishment do so of their own assumptions and dogma, because their assumptions are not supported by the literal gospel.